now. So I was actually welcoming everybody back. Apologies. So I said, thank you so much for joining me again. Read the caption of the broadcast. Read the description of the broadcast. Share it. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. And tell them. Sorry for the late start, by the way. Please, thank you so much once again for joining me. I am going to do exactly what I asked you to. But just before we settle down into the program fully, I do have something to say. Has rewarded his power. Thank you very much, Motide. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching this program right now. It is Mayegun live. This is live if you're watching it live. But just before we delve into the whole thing tonight, I would like to use this opportunity, to say thank you to every one of you that I regard as or refer to as Templars, the people that make up this platform, especially on YouTube. In the last 1 week, we have received new people here. Yes, majority of them who came across possibly some of our videos, and they found it, they found them interesting, and here they are. So I want you, the veterans, to please welcome all of those who are here new. But then, if you join this platform, if you join this Mayegun's Diary Political, in the last 1 week, can you identify yourself in the comments? I want people to welcome you. It is the tradition. So we've had like over 1,000 new members. We don't know if they are going to be staying or if they are just transiting. It's okay. Their moment here, we can say welcome into our midst. But just a quick introduction, okay? So that maybe it's only one video you have seen, or maybe two, and they are so interesting. And here you are, you decided to subscribe. I know you can take that anytime you want, but there are some things you need to know, okay? So on this platform, you see this platform generally is populated by those who don't want to have anything to do with Nigeria anymore. If they are given that choice this hour, they will cut off from Nigeria and they will subscribe to the breakup of Nigeria. But nevertheless, there are those who are here too, who want one Nigeria, okay? Yeah, they want one Nigeria, but they don't want this particular Nigeria. And there are many other categories, like I said, special categories here. But for you to understand, so when you begin to hear us talk about the criminals in charge of Nigeria, here we do not treat the Nigerian criminals by tribe, party, like by tribe, by ethnic, by their religion, because majority of us here believes that the criminals in charge of Nigeria, they do not have ethnic, tribal, or religious affiliation. They were just tools that they have used, okay, to subdue majority of us. Are you following? Then also, we do not have respect for them, okay? Like, political correctness is not our thing. We just say the way we feel, okay? It doesn't mean maybe we do not have respect for, especially for elders who earn it, respect. We are the most respectful people you can come across online. But you will only feel offended in case, if you are the type who is wearing your tribal, your ethnic, your religious garment and can easily be offended, like you don't like the tone. Oh, that is so harsh. So if you are the type, you are not going to be comfortable here. All right? Now, if you are the type that sort of love God, which is great. I love people who love God. Seriously. I do not like people who love to use God to manipulate others. When we are discussing public issue, they are like real life issue. Okay? I say I'm talking to you right now. Every minute, more than 100 Nigerians are falling into poverty. Every minute. Imagine what that is in a single hour. And that's not a joke. It is a real life issue. And we can react the way we feel comfortable reacting without any respect whatsoever. Whether it is your religious leaders, whether not your pastor or imam, or anybody who want to use Islam or use Christianity or what have you to doing us or try to use that to gaslight us, you are not going to be comfortable here. I just thought I should say all this, okay? But apart from that, I don't think anything will offend you on this platform. I don't think so, okay? Except if you are a closet supporter of all this evil happening in that contraption. And don't ever try to blackmail us with patriotism or one Nigerianness. We call people like that unity beggars. Let us pray for Nigeria. All of us should come together. We should come together. You and who is we. So we don't do that here. But you are free to believe what you want to believe. And regularly, what you believe in, if it is part of the rot in that contraption, trust me, you will be outed and you will get angry. Don't ever ask us to respect anybody that we choose not to respect because they have disrespected us severally. Please don't speak for anybody that we are speaking against here. And if you have to do it, I will advise you to do so in your head, because majority of people here will not tolerate that. Don't drop God in every conversation here. Every small thing, God this, God that, please. Nothing apart from that, everything is fine, So if you joined us in the last 1 week, these are the things you should have at the back of your mind, whether you are staying, to know if you are going to be staying or you are only transiting, just so you know. But if you choose to stay, you are going to love it. Because even the supporters of the criminals in Nigeria, they are here. Because this is the only place where we are not just talking about the problems. Okay? We're actually naming those behind the problems. And don't ask us for what is the way forward here. Don't ask me. Because that's exactly what I've spent the last 10 years of my life teaching on this platform. Telling everyone that we might have tried everything, but the only thing we haven't tried, that they are telling us not to try, is to break up that contraption. Do you understand that now? That's the solution. And if you are not part of people who believe that is the solution, it's all right. Don't come here and begin to ask us to advise the criminals who are intentionally destroying a country, destroying the future, the lives of millions, even those yet unborn. So yes, don't ask us for solution. Everything else is safe. The other people at the committee of veterans on the platform, they will likely, they will introduce you to other things I've probably have forgotten. So yes, going forward, you see, some of you were wondering, I mean, those of us who had the childhood of lies, because that's exactly what Nigeria is. Childhood of lies, okay? Where a bunch of saboteurs, criminals, and their pals continue to tell us to praise criminals like themselves as heroes. You see, if your hero live long enough, they will become villain. That is exactly what has happened to Confessor Bajue, Confessor Shoyinka. When many, a lot of people were expressing their shock and surprise that his voice could actually really help. His voice speaking up for millions of people who are victims of Tinubu's policies. Same thing under Bokuwari. If the way he added his voice, like nobody wanted a 90-year-old man, okay, to come and protest for you, all right? But at the same time, you don't want the voice of a 90-year-old man gaslighting you for wanting a working country, a better country, the society that works for you as young people. A 90-year-old man gaslighting you, calling you names, setting you up for killings by the brutal regime that have no respect for anything human rights. So that too is it's unacceptable. Here you get, 9 years ago, this soon to be 90-year-old man was 81 years old man, and his voice was so much, like even more than his voice. This old man was on the streets protesting against bad government. He was a role model to many, but they were misleading people. He participated in misleading millions of young people into the shackles and the chains of APC. And he has no remorse, no regrets. Rather, he came back to gaslight the same young people, call them fascist or fascist or so, right? The people that does not want any other people's opinion, they are more dangerous than the Tifnumbu's thugs that denied the Igbos or people that look like the Igbos from actually exercising their own franchise, fundamental human rights, because they were Igbos. Shoyinka is mute. The world sees that, and they see his hypocrisy to the point that everybody dragged him. They dragged him on the. But we understand why later. He will always be very, very nice to his friends. Okay? But he can still be nice to his friends without having to gaslight young people that are demanding for a better country, a working country, as if to say that is actually a wrong thing to ask for. Now, if you now feel like somebody else could give them that, and that person is failing, they could call you out and say, oh yeah, come now. Say something now. You were vocal before. You were physical. You are everywhere. Now you are mute. Say something, and you turned around and you started gaslighting them and blackmailing them. At that age, he lost all due respect, and rightly so. The actions of those who call themselves older people in Nigeria has been put to questions by many of us, the younger people, that what exactly is the aim and objective of these older people for the younger people, the younger generation. These are people who are possibly have seen the most part of their lives. Okay? And how is it so comfortable that they could destroy lives that they could see, and they still don't see that they had what they are doing is so wrong and so evil that they could have had that the rest of their lives. They could actually use that for atonement for all of their own miserable existence. But no, at that age, they become more stubborn. That is why what you are having right now is like the war against civilization. You are dealing with people whose mind, imagination are that of the 50s, the 60s. The people that don't believe they could ever be wrong. Yes. Those who believe in that nonsense, what an elder see, sitting down. If a young man climb a 100-story building, he can never see it now. How many of these older people saw that they were going to be wretched in their old age? Because government policy, inflation and the rest of them, unpaid their pension and the rest, no plan this and that, right? It's going to make them poorer at the old age and sick. How many of them saw Nigeria of these 30, 40 years ago? Take that away from their ages. They were in their 40s. They were in their 50s. Now, take a look at 40 years after that. Look at the world they were living. They still don't believe they are wrong. Because they are stubborn. You know? They are stubbornly destroying lives of millions of, 25 years ago, the military handed over to the civilians. And it was called the government of the people by the people, right? Now, see what you have. 25 years after that, we have 25-year-olds in Nigeria today whose lives have no direction, no meaning, no education, no skill, no nothing. But they are existing in that Nigeria today. Those who were given birth to 25 years ago, they are 25 years old now. Miserable, frustrated. No job, no skill, no education, nothing. In their millions. Then the older people believe that demanding for a better life is an act of insubordination and disrespect. And that makes you more dangerous than a section of the youth armed with weapons and all of that, to attack those who are asking for that better country. So you can see the hypocrisy. Some of them were like, Shoyika was twerking. The Confessor Bajwe was twerking. And the rate at which he was twerking for Tifnumbu lately, if the guy caused earthquake, like you say, and then next you just like, just the narrative, like, that one that they said, the way Nigeria is going down, more. They go soon reach crude oil, again, kind of. We are now living in a world where older people are becoming more dishonest. And at the same time, they are demanding respect. That is the world we are living, where older people, despite being wrong again and again and again, they are demanding respect. Irresponsible older people. Then we have the misled, miseducated younger ones that are sharing them on as their future is being blown away by these rogues. They deserve no respect, my darling. That's why we don't respect them. You see, the world they have created is the world whereby if we allow them, majority of us will never grow old. We will have when you have no access to proper education, you have no access to proper health care, you have no access to proper, you don't even have safety, no security. What is the chance that you're going to live to the age of 80? Eh? What is the chance? The health sector has collapsed. The economy has collapsed to the point that people can no longer afford their medication. That is the economy as we speak. People are choosing between to eat or to buy to buy their medication. Life-saving medication. Oh. People are now skipping medication. Many of them young people as well as older people in the country these guys have created. And condemning that, they want you to do so respectfully. Fine, but do so with respect. How do you respect people whose life's career and life's decisions, politically and otherwise, is to cause anguish, pains, generational poverty for millions, including you, that is defending them because they are from your tribe, because that man is from your own ethnic nationality? Oh, he is a Christian. Give him time. Oh, he is a Muslim. I believe him. Just give him time. You are associating with people who are mean to destroy you because they are from your religion. They are from your tribe. But when you look at the world, when you look at the country they have created, you are not spared because of your religion. You are not being spared because of your tribe. You are not being spared because you are a member of APC. Let's even use that. And you still don't see it. So that is why you should understand where we are coming from. Their actions will kill many of us before we even, their actions and inactions are already killing many of us before we even turn the age 5. Do you know the level of child mother mortality rate in Nigeria? People who are dying in this 2024, people who are dying because they want to give birth. That will tell you what you need to know, that before, and then when you now look at the number of children that are dying from diseases that the rest of the world have left behind 40, 50 years ago, killing children, disabling them, and all of that inside that contraption before they turn 5 years. Then when you finally turn 5 years, the Nigeria economy, which has guaranteed that, because it's obvious, according to the World Health Organization, what was recommended for proper mental development. You see, this is our brain. When we are like 3 months, that's why you see, don't knock a child on the head. Okay? Some of us received knock in our head, and now we are mad, or we don't know. I'm telling you. You see, when our brain was developing, there was some certain food we were supposed to be eating. Not be all of us chop them. Honestly, we just kind of survive. That's what we say. And at the end of the day, some of us grew up as mumus. And all we know, despite, you will see Nigerians so educated, though. They have all of the certificates. They want to achieve all of the educational whatever. But then, when it comes to proper critical thinking, they think about themselves mostly. And then they are comfortable being led by rogues, most of them school dropouts. No be mumu be that. Do you understand where that came from? It came from how we grew up. And that is why majority of us decided to go and learn what is called street smart. You have to learn how to survive on the street. And whatever skill you develop as your own survival skill, you can make it from it. And that is why you see people that only few people can actually think critically. And sometimes thinking critically Some of us came back to life because of the fear of poverty. You sit down, you look at your life and say, then suddenly you just started singing. Amy, Amy, oh. Say, I don't know, say I get talent for music, sha. You say, very, very talented musician. Mayegun lele yi, lo lele, mayegun lele yi. That's my own street talent. I do not have to know how to fix electricity. I do not have to know how to develop anything. I need to survive. That is the world these criminals created in Nigeria. Now somebody is going to threaten you that you don't have respect for elders. Do you want to die young? You better wash your mouth. Wash your mouth. If you want to grow old, you better don't disrespect elders. Papa, there is no plan that you are going to grow old. You know how many we don't buy? We're supposed to stay here.